Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? It's been a while. Well, I've had some personal issues going on, so I apologize for not letting you know I was going to be away. But I'm back and everything's fine. So I am going to make some coffee. It's been a while, that's for sure. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. I'm not sure I'll be able to ever tell you what's been going on, but I will tell you what initially happened. So, initially, after I was sick in December for all those weeks, I restarted my medicine, right, as you know, and I was adding to it as, I would give one medicine 2 or 3 days and then keep adding to it to get back up to where I was. So, I was on my very last medicine to add in, and the first day, it was one of my shot medicines, so I took my shot, and I felt fine until later that evening. In the evening, because I took it in the morning, I felt kind of nauseous, and I'm like, I don't want to be sick again, like nauseous like that. So I didn't think much of it. And the next morning, I took my shot, and by noon, let's get some coffee going, Lisa. Stop gabbing. But by noon, I had pretty much full blown allergic reaction to one of my medicines, and my eyes swelled shut, and so I had to wait for that, and then I had a little bit of a family emergency, and I'm not going to be talking about that, but so I'm no longer on one of my medicines. Yeah, it was bad, and it was like exactly what I felt like in December. I was just like throwing up, and I couldn't keep nothing down, and I'm going, oh my God, I gotta stop my medicine again because I don't know what's happening. But it only lasted 2 days. I think it lasted 2 days, and by the time my eye swole and then I could see again, it was 2 or 3 days. So it was a bad one, yeah. So I won't be taking that medicine anymore. Sorry, my ear itches. But today I am going to cook something. Chicken. I have chicken thawing. So when I figure out what it's going to be, I'm thinking fajitas, but I don't have any fajita bread, so I would have to make some of that, which is a good, I've never made it, so good experience trying that. I know that it's kind of difficult, but I don't have an oven stone, which is fine. I'll just put my pan in there, but so there's that. So I'm gonna be making some pita bread. Sounds like fun. And then because I know I got some peppers and stuff. I'm almost out of food, and it's another few days. It's 4 or 5 days till I get my food money, and so we're gonna make it work. But I have chicken, and I have some peppers, I believe, and I'm gonna check out my refrigerator and my pantry, and we will figure out something. So there's that. I know I have lots of eggs and some sausage, so I could make like a breakfast casserole type thing. I think I have all the ingredients for that, except for potatoes. So the other meal, I was thinking I could just grill the chicken. We could have some green beans and mashed potatoes. Green beans would be canned, and the mashed potatoes would be instant. So I'm like, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna figure it out, and we are gonna start off with some coffee. And I'm reaching over the spout again. Like a doomie. Don't be a doomie. I'm such a dummy. What the? There's coffee all over. Come on. Well, it doesn't take long, right? For me to make a mess. So, and I got a little bit of a mess on this um, tile right here, probably from last night's tea or something. I don't know. I'm pretty good about keeping it all clean, but I miss things too. I miss things sometimes, don't we all? There we go. That was weird. Okay, so put them in the cup before you put the lid back on. Such a doofus. Do me. Being a do me. That looks alright. And I spilled some more. Getting coffee grounds everywhere this morning. It's awesome. Okay. Close. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you did not. Dump a bunch of dust. Oh, my goodness. And I'm very thirsty. My mouth is very, very dry. So I don't know why. It's one of my medicines doing it. I know it. But good news, keeps me drinking water all day. I have a new one already over there, so I will leave the rest there. Not enough down to put any more in here. And I'm gonna go the old-fashioned. I do have a little bit of creamer and half in the fridge, but I'm just gonna use this today. It's fine. I've been drinking the decaf tea this last week, so it's been quite the week. Okay, so that was 2. Usually 3 is where I'm at on that. And oh boy, that's a big one. That's a big spoonful. Oh yeah, that was a nice big spoonful. Okay. I'm gonna get just a little bit lighter. That looks good. Put some more water in there. Uh-oh, there's lots of water on the bottom of this thing. It's probably got a little bit of a leak down there, maybe. No, I'm not sure how it gets wet. Am I gonna dry it? Probably no. Probably not. No, I will. I gotta try my coffee first. It's a little weak on the coffee side. It's a little sweet. I'm gonna put some more coffee in there. Darken it up a little bit. When we darken, we gotta lighten. I don't know if this is gonna end up the worst cup of coffee ever, or this is not bad. It's not my good stuff, but it's not bad. I can't wait to go shopping. I've been having to be very creative. I haven't cooked much, but on what I have, I got, what I got? I got homemade pizza stuff. So we could make like a white sauce chicken pizza, maybe? No? I don't know. I got peppers and stuff, so, and I have pineapple, so I could put some pineapple on one of my, I don't have any Canadian bacon, but we do have sausage and chicken. I have made a mess with everything here. So, what's going on with me? I'm I'm starting to gear towards that trip. So I don't know if you guys know, but our manager and maintenance guy, they're a couple, and they quit and went to excuse me, another property. So they no longer work for the property company here. And right after that, we got a letter. Yeah, I think I've been talking about it. Anyway, so I had to get in my car and drive. I was going down the stairs, and my exact downstairs neighbor coming out, getting in her car, doing the same thing. I said, oh, how are you? What you doing? She goes, I'm gonna go pay the rent. And I said, yeah, that's where I'm going. I said, do you want me to just drop? No, I want to meet her and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, me too. So she told me that I could go where I could get cheap money orders. 25 cents. 25 cents from SARS. I'm like, I don't normally shop there because it's a ways away from my house. I have closer Walmart and everything, all that is closer. But it was on the way to pay the rent. So stopped by the pot store and got a couple of doobies, a couple of joints, and I was gonna smoke one on the way, and I decided not to because I don't want to smell like pot. And then I was gonna smoke one on the way back, and I didn't do that because I was on the phone with a friend. And then I decided to go to Taco Bell and get one of those Baja Blast drinks, like a slushie. And I really wanted one. And I pull in there, and so this girl is backing out, and I'll show you the damage. I'll post the damage. Was backing out of her stall, and I'm on the speakerphone with my friend, and I see her, and I stop, and then she was like backing. I didn't realize she was kind of backing out at an angle, and I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna hit me. And right as I was gonna honk the horn, I'm like, oh my God. I said, I just got hit, so I gotta go. So I put my car in park, and I get out, and I look at the front, and I'm like, oh man. So I take a picture of it, and it really wasn't that bad. The screw on my license plate did most of the damage, and it was to her car. So the accident was her fault, and we exchanged information. That took a long, long time. And she kept asking for my insurance. I said, I don't have it with me. It's in my husband's wallet. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell him, put it back in the car. And so I don't have it right now. He's asleep, so I can go home and text it to you. No problem. After we exchange everything else, that's no problem. So, but the problem was she couldn't produce a driver's license. I said, sweetie, if you don't have a driver, because you had the car was her mother-in-law's, and apparently they lived with her mother-in-law, and she had left her purse, and she worked at the Taco Bell, and she was just getting off work to go home. And so I said, and she had her mother-in-law get in her purse and text her ID. I said, why not text the driver's license? And she goes, I can't find it. And I said, okay. So I took a picture of her ID, and I said, look, sweetie, if you don't have a driver's license, I can work with you guys, and it's fine. And I don't want you to get in trouble. You're young, and you're starting your life. You have a baby, you're married, you're working. And I don't want this to affect your life, and it'll be fine. I said, so we both know the accident was your fault, obviously. My car did quite a bit of damage to your car, and I don't really have much damage, paint job type damage, nothing bad. And so she says, no, I have one. I said, okay, well, when you find it, text it to me. Oh, I will. I said, okay. And she goes, well, you do the same with the insurance. And I said, I'm not sure. I got to talk to my husband about that because the accident was your fault. I'm not sure we want to get our insurance company involved in any of this. So she's like, okay. So then, I was really nice to her about it. And I was going to go get an estimate because I thought, well, they're insured. Their insurance company can pay for the paint job or the replacement of the bumper or whatever. And so the next morning, I was talking to my husband. I said, I want you to come with me. You got to come with me. You got to come with me. You got to come with me. And he's like, okay, but I don't want to, but okay. And then I said, well, I don't want to go by myself to get these estimates. Come on. And so he's like, okay. And then right then she texts me. Excuse me. I should say a text came through because sometimes I don't get it for like, my husband will be sitting here 9 p.m. and I'll get a notification that my husband just posted to Facebook something. I said, oh, which post Facebook? And he goes, nothing, I'm watching a movie. I said, well, my phone just said that you just posted something to Facebook. And he goes, I did that at like 6 o'clock this morning. I'm like, so sometimes it takes a whole 12 hours to even come over my phone. Anyway, so I got a text from the girl. I need your insurance information. And so I text back and I said, my husband says no, and we're not going to file a claim because the damage isn't, there's not enough damage. And I didn't think there was enough damage to actually file a claim. And she goes, okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem, because you ain't got, and I told him, I said, she had her mother-in-law text her ID, but couldn't find the driver's license, but found the ID in her purse. That's not punched. They used to punch, or they may still do it. They punch it when they give you a new one. And it was an ID card, and it didn't expire until 2027. So she had just got that. Like, I'm not sure, because, you know, it would have been from the ID to a permit. Well, where's your permit? If you have a permit, then I could, you know, and then after you do everything you need to do and pass all the tests and everything, then it goes from a permit to a driver's license. And so, first of all, you gave me a photo ID, a Washington State ID, that doesn't expire until 2027. Means you just got this, and it says issue date, right? July 22. So she had only had that for 6 months. Obviously, you don't have a driver's license, and you just don't want to admit it because you don't know me, and you don't know what kind of person I am, and the kind of person I am is you don't have a driver's. Okay, fine. If you don't have a driver's license, I'll call your mother-in-law because she owns the car, right? And just make arrangements with her that, you know, the paint job's going to be $3,200, and so you can pay me $50 or $100 a month to pay it back, and I'll go get the paint job and give you a receipt and everything, you know, all that, and we'll work it out, and we won't have to involve anybody. Well, her mother-in-law wanted to call the police. I thought she said to call the insurance company, but she wanted to file a report with the police, and I said, okay, well, if you want to go that route, then I'm going to need to see your driver's license, take pictures of the damage on both cars, and da-da-da, and I'll make a claim, and that'll be that. And you'll pay to have my car painted, no big deal, or the bumper replaced, whatever they would do to it to fix it. So we go through this whole thing. She can't find anything, not the registration, not the insurance paperwork, not the driver's license, not nothing. I have all my stuff right here waiting, except for my insurance card. So registration, my ID. And so I said, well, you know, my husband has the insurance card. I'll fax it to you or text it to you, a picture of it when I get home, blah, blah, blah. And so I didn't do that because I was debating on, is there really enough damage to even, I think it's all paint. We haven't even wiped it off yet to see. That's how much we care. Because honestly, we don't really care about this car. We're going to lose it after we pay for it because there's this humongous balloon payment at the end of the loan, $7,000. And that's in less than a year. And we don't have $7,000 to pay off. So we would have to either get it refinanced through another company, which I don't see there a problem in that. Our credit report is going up, so our credit score is going up. So we're upwards in the 600s at this point. I mean, and I had a 400 something. That was really bad. I've always had a really bad credit report because of needing to survive. I was a single mother for 11 years, and you have to survive. If you need formula and diapers and you ain't got no money, you'll go write a bad check for that shit. And see, back then they didn't really have all these credit bureaus and the internet and this and that, and it would take days and days to check on something or for the check to clear or whatever. So I would go get what I needed and write one check for everything I needed until I got money, right? And then I would cover the check and the NSF fees. So I usually, sometimes I would get like three $35 fees because of one bad check. So pay it all off. And the next time I needed something, I would go write a check. And even if I couldn't cover it, I didn't care. And then I kind of got in that rut and went deep down that rabbit hole with not being able to cover anything. And that's where my credit report went really bad. And I've never had good credit. I've always had bad credit. It's always been in the 400s, and I don't give a fuck. And here's the deal. They let me drive that car off the lot for zero down, zero anything, zero. I did not pay one penny out of my pocket for that car. They also paid for a month of insurance, the first month of insurance on my new car because I told them, I called around because I was looking for a new car because my car broke down. So I called around, blah, 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 call here, there, and everywhere, blah, blah, blah. I inevitably decided to go get my daughter's car from Idaho because she says, Mom, I hate it. It's going to be repossessed any day, and you can have it. And I'm like, well, here's what I'll do. I'll come get it, and I'll get the payments all squared up. I'll pay the payments while I have it, and then I'll give it back to you when I get a car. And she's like, okay. And I know that the love of her first car was very deep. She spent her own money on this car, and her now ex-husband, not her current husband, but her former husband, years ago, wrecked the car. And then, so the car that she currently had was the car that him and his mother went out and bought and put her into car payments. She goes, I never wanted a car payment. I paid that. She paid cash for her first car. There was no payments. It was paid for. And so then she ended up in these payments that she didn't want, and she didn't like the vehicle, and da-da-da-da-da. And she was divorced from him, and they had separated, and she was with her current husband now, and it was just that time of her life that she had to let something go, and it was going to be the car. And I said, look, so I went, I took a Greyhound bus to Idaho, and I picked up with a friend, and I picked up the car, her and I. Was I with her, or did I do that alone? I feel like I was with her. Yeah, I feel like she was with me. I think so. Yep. She was with me. Absolutely. So then we pick up the car and we drive it back, and I have a car, no problem. So I go, use the car. I'm using the car, and I got the payments up to par. And so she's out of trouble with the repossession and all that. I got it all worked out. And it was registered in Washington. So it was a Washington registered vehicle. So when I got back into Washington, I had Washington plates already, blah, blah, blah. So the tabs were due, though. So I went and got the tabs, and I cleared up all that, and so she was fine. And then I know that her love was a Jeep, and so I went and bought, because I was going to keep the Kia, or I think it was a Kia. Yeah, I was going to keep that SUV and buy her a Jeep. And so I told her, I said, I'm buying you a Jeep. She goes, no, Mom, you don't have to do it. I said, no, really, I'm buying you a Jeep. And so she said, green, 1990 something, blah, blah. I couldn't find any of those, but I did find a new one. Well, it wasn't new. It was about 4 years old, I think, when we got it. It's a 2014. And I think we bought it in 2017. So it was like 3 years old. And I thought, oh my God, she's going to love it. No. She said, Mom, I don't want a new Jeep. I want the older one, the boxy one, and the one she had, and she needed it to be green. It was like a 1976 or a 1991 or whatever, and that's what she wanted. I think it was in the 70s, yeah. But she didn't want a new one. And I said, okay, well, I'll just give you your car back. It's all up to date. There's only so many payments. I'll make the payments, and you can have the car. And she's like, cool. So we took her car back to her, and we took the Jeep, the new Jeep, because the payments on the Jeep were $500, and the payments on her Kia was like $175. So I was paying like $675 for a while, and then that car got paid off, and she still had it. And when they moved from Idaho up here, she still had it. And then it got wrecked. So then she went and got a new one. Not a new one of those, but a new vehicle. Her and her husband did. So they have a newer vehicle now. But yeah, so I'm still looking for that Jeep, though. I'm going to buy her that Jeep. I'm going to buy her that Jeep someday. Hopefully before I die. Because if I die, then I can't buy her the Jeep. My husband would have to do it if he's still alive. And if not him, my son. Just going to go through and if not him, then her son. You just keep going through the generations. And we don't have much of, if I just take my initial family. So, you guys all remember your parents. Obviously, that's even a dumb statement. And then the family that grew from there, their kids, and then the husbands and the wives that added, and then more kids, the grandkids, and da-da-da. And you kind of have this timeline of, your grandparents and this and that, all the way back and all the way forward and all that. But if you just start with you, right, then say you start with just you, which I've kind of taken that view on things like, so it would be me and my husband and my children and their sidekicks, and then the kids that came from there, and build and build and build. Well, we're not building very fast. I have 2 daughters and 1 grandchild. 1. How? You know what I mean? Like, if we just start with us, and now don't go back and just go forward. My family's gonna die down because have some damn kids, you guys. Hello. So I did have 2 daughters, and my oldest daughter is transitioning. So, but there's always adopting. Absolutely. There's plenty of kids that need a good home. I don't know if you're hearing this, but my dog is licking the couch. Skippy, please stop licking the couch. You're bugging me. Now he's just staring. Oh, I blinked. I lost. We had a blinking contest. I lost. He still hasn't blinked. So his eyes are getting kind of fogged over. He's got cataracts, poor thing. He's old. But he has, his hair is to the point where off his nose that it's right, kind of poking right in his eyes. Not poking his eyes, but it's right in front of his eyes, kind of. So I can't see his eyes completely. There's like hair covering parts of it. What are you doing? Are you in here to see if you can get a treat? Do you need a morning treat? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to get him a treat real quick. Hold on. Come on. Let's get you a treat. You want a bacon strip? This could be for a bacon strip? You're so excited for a bacon strip. Oh my goodness. You're excited, aren't you? Come on, let's get one. Let's get the bag. I got to get the bag open. He's like, just give me one, bitch. There's one. I'm going to give him the second one. Oh, we're going to go over here by your bed. We're going to go over here, baby. Okay. Come on over here. There you go. Don't fall backwards. Don't fall backwards. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. Good job. Well, you normally only get 2, but I do have a 3rd one for you today. You gotta come over here and get it, though. Can you wait for it? Wait. Grabby much.